This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am speaking with the acclaimed composer and producer, Reuben Louis. But before we get to our interview, here is a sneak peek at his incredible talent. Well, hello, Reuben. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Reuben, doing so much better now that I'm finally speaking with you. You are
Yeah.
such an incredible, unique, unapologetic talent. I love it. And also what I love also is the fact that you are not afraid to go to the darker side of things, because honestly, that's where my mind always has gone. Talk to me first and foremost about where you grew up and what your musical influences were growing up.
So I grew up in India, and my musical influences initially was actually classical music of India. The because I used to listen to it, but I didn't know I was listening to it. My mom used to play it all the time, and in the Indian classical music, the genre has a lot of. It's called modal music, and the modal music, my affinity to it was the darker ragas, the more mellow, more sad um, vibes, if you can call. And that's where initially started my love for music. And then I started listening to Western music in like mid 2000s, got into Linkin Park, rap, Eminem, Western music. And then in around 2010, I got into film music, so film scoring, um, Hans Zimmer, and all the Spider-Man theme songs and all of that. Um, so all these great composers now start becoming another important part of my musical
I
journey.
love that. Well, Ruben,
Yeah.
what I also really love is this fusion that you have between Eastern sensibilities and Western sensibilities. Talk to me a little bit about the traditional instrument that you play and how you are able to use that, it seems like almost as the thread in a lot of your work.
Yeah, my sarangi actually, it took me almost 2 years to even find my instrument
By
because
the
it
way,
is.
Ruben,
Uh-huh.
it is one of the most beautiful, haunting instruments I have ever heard. And I'm so happy the audience just got a sneak peek of you playing it. I have never seen the instrument before looking at you play it. It's gorgeous and haunting. Well, anyway,
Mhm.
keep going.
Yeah, it's an incredible instrument. It's not something people have ever seen. It is not something you ever heard, most likely. And you're hearing it through recording. It's even more. There's got a lot more depth if you hear it in person because it's got three main strings on which I play, and it's got 34 other sympathetic strings that resonate with the frequencies that I play. So, and that is a very, very unique capability of any instrument.
I love it,
And
Ruben. Well, listen, sorry to interrupt, but like I keep hearing because I watched most of your videos that you have online, and I love the fact that on YouTube people can almost track your progress
yeah.
with what you're working on. I love eavesdropping in on the process, and as a director and a creator of theater, television, and film, my mind is now open to the beauty of your specific talent and how it can help tell a story. I'm curious, are there any specific film projects you're working on right now that you're excited about?
Right now, I'm not working on any film, but except I'm doing another update, I guess. But in this Sarangi update, I'm gonna have my teacher and myself on the screen and sort of show the world how Indian classical music training is done. Because we don't have written music. It is all oral traditions from thousands of years ago.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So,
But what I also love about that is that with an oral tradition, it almost has, you're almost like forced to almost work instinctually.
oh yeah, it's all instinct. Oh, Indian classical music is, since there's no written music, it's 95% improvised. So the rules of the game are set, but outside of those rules, you can go anywhere. And since there's no harmony, like in Western music, it's an open sea of sounds you can go into.
Reuben, I can't wait for us to collaborate. We're gonna talk offline because I have a few psychological horror film ideas that I've been spinning in my head. I'm a big psychological horror fan. Are you?
Yep, I love it. I love my favorite movie director is actually Villeneuve, David or something. He did Arrival.
Yeah.
You have
Yes.
Arrival is one of my favorite films of all time. It's
Really great film. And also you might get a kick out of this, but growing up while all my friends were watching, Superman and Batman, my favorite movie growing up, it's an oldie but a goodie. And if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's called Rosemary's Baby.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it.
Reuben,
Maybe I will.
a classic psychological thriller horror. You'll love it.
Mm.
Reuben, before I get to my final question, I want to remind everyone, for more on the incredible Reuben Louis, you can read more about him right below this video. Reuben, what I'm also excited about you joining FENIX 360 app is the fact that you have such a specific talent. Of the hundreds of artists I've already interviewed, I've never met anyone like you. And you have such a specific talent. I'm curious what you're most excited about the prospect of, not only connecting with more people around the world, but with potential collaborators.
Yeah, I actually have a vision of I have an idea of trying. I want to try to score a film, a horror dark film, with only my sarangi. So I'll only use the sounds from my sarangi. I use taps for rhythms. I use the strings, and just it's such an intense instrument, and so much can be done. So at some point, I'm definitely going to do
Well, you
one.
might be looking at him, my friend, because what I love
Yeah.
so much about your instrument is that I'm listening to, and I agree with you. There's nothing like hearing an instrument live, but even through the video, I love the idea that with one instrument, you get so many textures, you get so many colors, you get so
Yeah.
many nuances that you can be, you can go arco, or then you pick it, or then you can sustain, or then you can there. There are so many different themes and moods that can come from this one instrument. It's unbelievable.
It is, even for me when I play it, like after I practice, I mean, practicing itself seems like meditation because it really just
Yes.
closes out everything in my mind, and all I can do is practice it. It's really intense. It's amazing.
Well, Reuben, listen, my friend, I can't wait to talk more with you one-on-one. But in the meantime, I'm so grateful for your time and that we are now connected. Thank you, Reuben.
Thank you. Glad you.